Welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally and I'm coming to you live from the RIU Explorers Conference down in Fremantle. Now, it's a little bit of a different setup around the place this year. There's a whole heap of little different zones, so we've got to sort of work with the zones. So the first zone we find ourselves is the Harbour Master Room. So we're just going to have a chat to a few companies that are sitting here. As you can see, there's quite a few around here. So we'll just sort of wander around and have a look and see who's available for a chat. So, Nathan Kong of Chariot Corporation. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So tell me, Chariot Corporation, a new one for the Roadhouse. I haven't come across our radar screen. What are you up to?
So Chariot Corporation, we're a newly listed ASX lithium explorer. We have arguably one of the largest land positions of lithium assets in the United States. We're focusing on a dual-pronged approach. So we have a hard rock lithium asset that we are drilling right now in Wyoming. It's called the Black Mountain Project. It serviced over 6% lithium at surface. Currently drilling right now, we've hit intersections in our first drill campaign of lithium. We've also got a spec of base metal as well. We hit a 15% assay of lead, so we weren't expecting that. But hey, it's a nice surprise to have in a pegmatite swarm system that we have at Black Mountain.
All right, so the lead, that doesn't interfere with the lithium, though, does it?
No, it's not. It's a completely different system. So we're finding that the pegmatites are at the top, and further down hole, there is a potential VMS system that our geos are exploring further.
All right, so the US, and you're only based over there, no other projects anywhere else?
So we have some tenements in Western Australia and Zimbabwe, but they're really our non-core assets. We're looking to find some new homes for them, yeah.
All right, no worries. Oh, well, that sounds pretty interesting. So the US, how long have you been over there?
So the company was formed on the back of our US assets. So our main US asset, Black Mountain, is in Wyoming. Our second asset, Resurgent, that straddles the Nevada and Oregon border. So that's adjacent to Jindalee's ground. So that's the largest lithium deposit in the United States, 21.5 million tons of lithium carbonate. We're adjacent to them in the exact same system. We've got Thacker Pass to the south, and we hold the second largest land position in the McDermott caldera. We've tested our ground and our surface. We've had 3,500 ppm lithium on the outcrops, so that's about roughly 3.5 times cutoff grade for a lithium claystone. So we're looking at a very large play here in effectively the bathtub of lithium in the United States.
All right, well, we expect to hear a lot of news from Chariot Corporation. Thanks a lot, Nathan. Nice to meet you. All right, and moving along, who we got here? We got Peter Reid. Peter of Petrotherm. Yes. Okay, give us a bit of a snapshot on the Petrotherm.
Petrotherm are a South Australian-based copper, gold, and rare earth explorer. We're exploring in the Olympic domain, right next to the big guys. So it looking for world-class copper, gold deposits there, drilling deep holes, and we found a number of rare earth resources hosted in clays in the Northern Gawler Craton.
All right, just run that past me again. So you're in South Australia. You were focused on copper, looking for copper, but now you found some rare earths.
Yeah, so we're two-pronged, copper, gold, and we're exploring the Olympic domain. We've got two large provinces there in the Northern Olympic domain, and another area quite close to Dakota Minerals' recent discovery, and quite close to the New Oak BHP discovery. We're exploring for copper, gold. These are drilling gravity anomalies at depth, looking for world-class deposits. But our other prong is the rare earths, shallow clay-hosted rare earths in the Northern Gawler. We're finding some really high concentrations over large areas and good thicknesses. So we've got really promising results out there.
All right, so two prongs. Which prong is sticking out further than the other one at the moment?
Well, it's a each-way bet, really. So I guess we've got fantastic resources in terms of the rare earths. The challenge is getting the network, trying to get the rare earths out of the clays cost effectively. That's what we're working through now, the metallurgical challenges. The copper gold, of course, that is really a spin of the roulette wheel. We've got some fantastic targets that are drill ready, and any one of them could be a world-class copper gold deposit when we go and drill those things. So I think most of the investment interest at the moment is drilling those deep targets for us.
All right, well, South Australia, you're in a pretty good area for the copper gold, so that it all augurs well at the moment.
That's right. I mean, Petrotherm, there's us, and there's BHP. There's a big gap in between. So I think we're going to try and fill that.
All right. Well, BHP is easier to spell than Petrotherm, but we'll see how we go anyway.
We'll go to PTR.
and one day it'll be more important.
Hopefully, yes, indeed. Yeah.
All right, Peter, thanks very much.
No worries. Cheers.
All right, moving along. Oh, great southern mining. Oh, it's come back to... very, very well, Matthew. How are you?
Very well.
All right. Great southern mining. And now we have caught up over the journey quite a bit. So what's happening at the moment? moment?
We're sort of in a bit of an interesting transition phase. So we're going from, I suppose, we've found what we want to drill out, so we've made that discovery. We've got 3 great prospects at our Duketon project there, which is just north of Laverton and south of where Regis are operating in the Duketon belt. And really, the next phase for us is the quantitative phase, drilling out, defining resources. We know we've got high-grade mineralisation. We know we've got long stretches of gold mineralisation, up to 4 to 5 kilometres in some of these prospects. Just need metres in the ground.
So it's pretty much, we've got something now, we've just got to find out how much.
Yeah, so, if you look at that Lauzon curve, hopefully we're on that real kick, the biggest value creation phase, which is hopefully what we want to unfold over the next year. And in the meantime, we did a deal last year, $15 million earn-in with Goldfields on our Queensland project. That's a huge belt scale play around the Mount Carlton mine, looking for the monsters, the porphyries, the big epithermals. They're chasing monsters. They don't want a couple of million ounces. They want the big beast. So they'll be funding that. They've already started work. So we have news flow from that side of the country as well. So it's going to be a busy year.
All right. So the Queensland one, that's reasonably new.
No, that's actually our starting asset in the company back in the day. But we've slowly consolidated, a big 1,700, actually more than 1,700 square kilometre holding there. But we're looking for those big porphyry epithermals, which is pretty expensive for a junior to drill out. So, I came in a bit over a year ago and was looking for a partner to help us with our heavy lifting, and we found probably the best partner we could in Goldfields. So they know these deposits, they've got the balance sheet to drill them out, and they're pretty excited.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, you guys got the runs on the board over in WA, and then to go over with them over in Queensland and see what you got over there.
Yeah, we can do our work on it in our own right, and have someone do the big lifting on the other side, looking for the monster. So it's going to be a very interesting year.
All right, mate. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you very much. Have a good trip.
Good to see
conference.
You.
Take care.
All right. Well, we're walking, finding out some other people in the room, and we'll see who's here. And we have. Oh, g'day, Jeremy. How are you?
Hi, Wally. Good.
Good to see you. Yeah. So we're just doing a bit of a roving mic at the moment.
All right.
So Reach Resources, we did catch up late last year down south, but you've had a bit going on since then. Fill us in, what's going on?
We're still exploring up in the Gascoyne. We've got a great lithium prospect up there, and we've also got a niobium prospect we're hunting down. So with the decline in lithium price, we're having a bit more of a focus on the niobium, and we'll also do a bit more work on our gold resource at Paynes Fine. So a lot of levers to pull.
Tell us a bit more about this niobium. So is that sort of stuck out from the other ones, or is it because it's a bit of a commodity that nobody else is looking at, or what's the story there?
Niobium's one of these battery metals that are really taken precedence through WA1 resources. There's not many. There's only 3 mines globally, and there's a bit of a focus on that at the moment. We've got some really high grades, very early stage, but it's worth doing more work on.
All right, so that's that one. The other stuff, what do we expect to hear over the next couple of months?
We also have a gold resource at Paynes Fine that we're going to do more work on. It'd be mad not to with the gold price as it is. So gold, niobium, and we'll keep our faith in lithium as well.
It's a funny thing with gold at the moment. Everybody's finding a little bit of gold on their lithium tenements.
Yeah, it was sort of the other way around last year or so now. But no, we've got a pure gold resource at Paynes Fine, so we want to capitalise and try and monetise that.
All right, mate. Well, it's good to catch up, and we hope to hear from you in the near future.
All right. Cheers, Wally.
All right. Tell you what, there's a fair bit happening in the Harbour Master Room. Don't you worry about this. There's crowds all over the place. Let's see if we can grab somebody here. Damien, how are you, mate? Can we interrupt for 2 seconds? Yeah, we're rolling. Excuse me, mate.
No,
Something Sunshine Metals, we haven't seen your sunbeam smile for some time. We haven't caught up for quite a while. So you're over here for the conference?
Yeah, indeed. Since last time we chatted, we've had a couple of really spectacular drill hits out of Liontown. So we hit 17 metres at 22 grams gold, and recently just put out a resource update on Liontown itself. So another 500,000 tonnes. We've now got a big upgrade into indicated. So at Liontown itself, we've got 63% resources indicated now, and a significant increase in the copper and gold contributions to that VMS ore body.
Well, as everything, it all comes down to timing, doesn't it? So the gold price at the moment doing all the right things for you, gold in general doing all the right things for you. So you're getting all this stuff together just at the right time.
Indeed, and I guess we're giving it, this package of land the real love it needs in terms of gold and copper. So we've got old data sets, legacy data sets of 26,000 soils collected by ESSO, and only 500 of those soils were assayed for gold. So we're really changing the narrative on the story, and we're going, I guess, back to the future and taking this Charters Towers district, the VMS district, back into a gold copper focus.
So when focus being the word, is this sort of like the main focus of the company at the moment? There's nothing else in the portfolio that's sort of leading you astray?
No, we've really narrowed the view, and it's very much about gold and copper, particularly down in the Mount Windsor part of our the Mount Windsor volcanics within our Ravenswood project. We think we're going to get the biggest bang for buck. We've got some fantastic targets that are obviously underdone for gold and copper, and we're systematically working our way through those at the moment.
All right, well, good luck with all that. Keep in touch, make sure we hear what's going on.
Indeed. Thanks, Wally.
See ya. All right, and we're walking. Well, here we go. Excuse me, Josh. You seem to be holding fort as it is already, and so you're well into the spiel. Let's keep it going. All right. So, Golden Horse Minerals. I notice you're a TSX listed. You're not ASX listed.
No, we're not ASX listed yet, but soon will be. We're coming across to the ASX by 30th of June, so in the pipeline for it. So yeah, quite exciting.
All right. So what's the rationale behind all this? You're an Australian-based company, I'm assuming. Yep. Looks like whereabouts are you? You're in WA.
WA, Southern Cross.
Yeah.
So look, Australian-based entity, Australian management, Australian shareholders. So we're basically crying out to be on the ASX. We see massive benefits for our shareholders. Basically informed capital. Like I said, we're located at Southern Cross. We're only 400 kilometres away from Perth, and what we like is there's two hungry mills nearby. So anything that we find, it's quite easy to put that, to toll treat that mill, and we actually did that last year. So definitely, it's been quite exciting.
All right. So tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just assuming, and I do tend to get these things wrong, but I'm assuming is it a gold project?
Yep. So gold and lithium, predominantly on the gold side. We've got a number of targets across the belt, but looking to go into production early Q1 2025. So it's just enough. Basically what they'll stop us from doing is going back to the shareholders year on year, tapping the market. So.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. Make sure you keep in touch with us, and especially with the listing coming up. It'd be interesting to sort of follow the story.
Yeah. No. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Josh. Take care. Oh, see, it all happens in the Harbour Master Room. Let me tell you. Now, who we got here? Amanda. Nice to meet you. Tell me about Warrado.
So we have two projects. Our main project that we're focusing on is in the Murchison in WA, 5 hours drive north of Perth. It's the Golden Range project, an existing resource of just under 1 million ounces. Last year we built the project, extended 5 of the gold resources, and this year we're going in hard, targeting mineable ounces for a resource target of 2 million ounces on our main corridor. Now we sit in a great position, surrounded by operating mines, existing infrastructure, nice haul road joining all the deposits, so it's a real mineable ounce focus for us this year.
All right, so WA the main focus. I noticed Nevada on your other board over there. Is that another project where things are happening?
Yeah, look, Nevada was our flagship project until we took on the WA asset. I love Big Springs. It's also a 1 million ounce gold resource on a permitted mining lease in northern Nevada. We are currently currently looking for a suitable JV partner for that project, simply because we realise we can't progress both projects in a meaningful way. So Nevada, we will find the right partner. WA will be our focus for drilling this year.
And of course, as you were just saying, it's only 5 hours away by road, so that's much easier to get to.
It is. It's sort of bringing our focus home. Like, our team is WA based. We have existing site infrastructure, so we do operate out of site. But we know there's a clear line of sight to adding proper resource ounces to that resource. And because we're on permitted mining leases in WA as well, a short drive to mills, so we've got options in terms of how we'd process the ore.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. That sounds like you got things pretty well sorted. So, what do we expect to hear in the next future?
Yeah, look, in terms of, news flow and what's coming up, we will have the rig back on site at the end of this quarter or early next, with a clear program to drill what we call the Golden Corridor. Now, there's an existing 750,000 ounces there, with clear growth potential below the resources and also along strike. And we've got decent high-grade shoots, plus 4 or 5 grams per tonne. So there's a lot of planning that's gone into what we're about to execute. Last year there was a lot of learning, understanding which resources we believe will deliver. This year is all about following up, executing that plan. I mean, we're I'm comfortable to say, an undervalued gold stock at the moment, but gold, it's the year for gold, I believe. So we're going to build our resources and show the market just how growth focused we are.
Yeah, so you can say gold showing some polish at the moment, but that's for people like me to say. All right, well, that sounds very, very interesting. Please keep us up to date with what's going on. Stay in touch and enjoy the conference.
Absolutely. Thanks very much. Great to be here.
Well, there we go. That's what's been happening in the Harbour Master Room this morning. There's still plenty of people we didn't get to chat to. We might get back if we get time, but there's about 6 other zones over there we've got to cover. So stay tuned. There's going to be more. It's the Roadhouse.